call them on, and also once a week they try to schedule us for a video chat with our family, and as I said, that goes through a network of satellites to get all the way back home to my family. Over? Well, the International Space Station has been up here, about a quarter of a century, so oftentimes things do break on the station, so we do a lot of maintenance on here, both to correct things that have already broken, and also to preemptively take care of things so that they don't break. Over? Actually, it's kind of interesting how quickly you get used to living and working up here. On a daily basis, I don't think about the fact that just behind these thin walls of the module is the vacuum of space, and so it's quite easy to get comfortable living and working up here. So on a daily basis, I don't feel very stressed or anxious, other than just trying to make sure I'm doing a good job with my work. Over. That's a great question, because the International Space Station goes around the Earth about 16 times a day. So about every 45 minutes or so, we're seeing a sunrise or sunset. So that doesn't work well for your circadian rhythm and sleeping. So instead, we use the lights on station, and they have, 3 different modes. We have a pre-sleep mode that's a bit softer that we use before we go to bed. A general mode that we have. While I'm up here, my dreams often are about being on the space station and things that are going on up here. And, it's funny because as a kid, I used to have a lot of dreams about flying or floating, and now being up here, it feels just like the dreams I had when I was a kid. Over. Yeah, I actually was just talking to Frank Rubio, who's another astronaut who just returned back home after a mission that was over a year in space, and it's actually quite difficult on your body when you get back, getting used to gravity again. Your vestibular system that tells you, when you're upright or when you're turning or things like that, that gets pretty messed up, and it takes about a week or two for that to return to normal. So I actually have not cut my hair yet in space, but some others up here have. We actually have a set of clippers, like you would at home, except on the back of it is attached a vacuum, so that way, as you clip the hair, it gets sucked into a vacuum. And the other day, actually, my good friend Laura was cutting her hair, and so I held the vacuum for her while she was trimming her hair. Over. I like to say you need to be a jack of all trades, so you need to be able to do a little bit of everything. Science is our main mission up here, so you have to have the technical expertise and ability to perform the science experiments. You need to be physically fit, so that things like spacewalks are really physically tiring. And then also, probably the most important thing is you need to be a good team player. We live up here in this pretty small volume with our crew, and we can't just go outside if we get mad at each other. So working together with other people is really important. Over. It's actually it's hard to have fresh food on the International Space Station. Every now and then, when a cargo vehicle comes up, they'll send us some fresh fruits or something like that, but we have to eat it pretty quickly. So we use